Hi guys, it's Cassie here. I'm gonna come to you today with day one of our postpartum core and strengthening exercises on our journey to returning to running. So these exercises are super important because they're diastasis friendly. What you don't want to be doing right now is a ton of crunches, things that are going to cause bulging if you do have a diastasis. Or anything that's going to cause a lot of strain on your pelvic floor. So these are very gentle exercises with options to modify and gradually work up to a full version of the exercise, so you can adapt these based on where you are in your recovery journey. So the first exercise I have for you guys on day one is side lying breathing with TVA engagement. What your TVAs are your transverse abdominal muscles, and that is basically your corset muscles that wrap around your abdomen, and just think of it as the muscle that holds everything in internally. It's connected to your pelvic floor, so they kind of go hand in hand. Like if you're doing a Kegel exercise, your TVAs automatically get turned on during that exercise. So we'll move into the movement. So for side lying breathing, you're just going to come down. You can lay completely on your side. I like to make a little pillow, or you can prop yourself up. Either one works. Think about your ankles being in line with your hip bone, like this. And then your knees are going to be stacked one on top of the other. What you're going to do is take a deep inhale. So inhale, and then as you exhale, I want you to think of contracting your pelvic floor, drawing it up as your belly comes into spine. So you're kind of doing a Kegel / TVA engagement exercise here. So everything's going to draw up and in as you breathe out, and you're going to press down on a ball. You can use a yoga block. You can also just press into the floor. Anything that's going to give you something to press against. That way you can kind of feel that engagement a little bit better and know if you're doing the exercise right. So I'm going to breathe in. Exhale as I press down. And it's hard to see the exercise, like the muscles that are moving in the exercise in the video, but this is just a general demonstration of how you're going to do that. I want you guys to do 30 seconds on each side if you can. So if you can't hold the contraction for 30 seconds, it's okay to breathe in, and then on the next exhale, just press down again. The next exercise is going to be windshield wipers. So for that one, you are going to come onto your back. You're going to bring your knees up into a 90-degree position. You can either cactus your arms or keep your arms wide. As you inhale, you're going to draw your knees over to the side and look over the opposite shoulder. So you're going to just hold that. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your knees back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, bring them up. So the really important thing here is that you're exhaling on the hard part, which is using your abs to bring your knees back into that 90-degree position. Cat dogs. So want you guys to be gentle with this exercise, even though it's a pretty harmless. People don't think of getting injured doing yoga type movements. But if you have not been doing a lot of core work postpartum, on the cow movement, I just want you to come to a neutral spine instead of curving your spine up. So you're going to exhale on cat. Inhale for cow. Or if your abs feel strained doing that, just come to a neutral spine and think about drawing your transverse abdominis muscles in on this exercise as well. So this is a really good opportunity to tie that pelvic floor into your core. Modified side planks. For these, so there's a couple of different ways we can do it. Going back to that ankle alignment with your hip, You can do side planks this way, or if you feel like that is not challenging enough and you're ready to move into a broader position, you can bring your lower leg into that bent knee, and then you can pop up so that you want to think of your shoulder in alignment with your hip and your ankle. So this is another modification. If you are probably more than 6 months postpartum, or you've been doing a lot of core work with the pelvic floor PT or just on your own, and you're not getting any bulging or strain to do a full plank, you can also come into a full plank or add a weight for this exercise as well. So most of us are going to be doing a modified version. If you can hold 30 seconds, that's the goal. If you can't, to just start with how much you can hold and do a max hold for the 3 rounds of this exercise. Next, we're going to talk about bird dogs. So this is one of my favorites. There's a lot of different modifications. If you have not been, if you're not ready to do the full movement, you can just work on lifting one arm at a time. What you're going to do is exhale on the lift. So inhale, exhale. As I exhale, I'm contracting my abdominal wall, I'm lifting my pelvic floor, and I'm tying in that TVA. So you can basically do all 4 points one at a time, or if you're ready for it, you can inhale. As you exhale, opposite arm, opposite leg lifts. Just hold it for a second and inhale it back down. So inhale, exhale. And you're just going to alternate sides. So aim to do 6 to 8 on each side. Dead bugs. So I'm going to show you 2 variations with the dead bug. Basically with this one, you can do all 4 points separately. Again, just like we did with the with the bird dogs. So you're going to bring until you're ready to extend your legs forward, which most of us are not. You're going to keep your knees in that tabletop 90-degree position. As I feel this hollow, this is another good time to point out, if you have excessive bulging, like right here, if you have like a little soft spot in between your abdominal wall that is bulging out, that might be a sign that you are not ready for this movement. So totally okay to skip it. However, if you don't have a diastasis, if it's really minor and you don't have any bulging, it is okay to do this exercise. You also want to keep your head down on the floor for this today. As we get more advanced, we can tuck so that you're getting that upper ab engagement. But for today and for until we're further along postpartum, I want you guys to keep your head down. For your dead bug, you can do one leg at a time, one arm at a time, if you need to start there today. If you feel ready for it, basically it's an upside down bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite leg is going to extend. So I'm inhaling as everything goes down, exhaling to draw it back up. More advanced, if you have light weights, these are just 3 pounds. You can also use something lighter. I really wouldn't go over 5 pounds. If you are going to add weights, you can just add a weight for this exercise to make it a little more challenging. But that's only if you feel like your core is ready, you're not having any bulging, and you're not straining your pelvic floor to do the exercise. Okay, and then the last one for day 1 is going to be clamshells. So biggest thing with clamshells is a lot of people don't do these exercises right. You don't want your legs too far forward. You really want your ankle bone to be completely in a straight line with your hip. And then also, I don't want your feet to come apart. So I don't want your leg lifted up, or, you know, it's popping off during the clamshell. And we're just going as far as we can go without our feet separating from one another. So my basically my heels are stacked on top of each other and they're in alignment. and I'm just lifting up. So you really want to feel this in the outside of the hip. If you're not feeling it there, then you are probably not in the right position to get the most benefit out of this exercise. A couple of other takeaways with doing core exercises when you're postpartum. I am a little further along with my postpartum journey, so you see me sitting up and crunching, but doing that, I'm realizing I should have went over this in the beginning. When you are getting up from a lying position on the floor or going down to a lying position, I want you guys to go onto your side and then push yourself out instead of like basically doing a sit up to get up and down. So to get up, I'm going to swing my legs around and push myself up off the side. That's going to prevent any bulging if you do have a diastasis or your core is not ready to handle doing a full sit up. So that's another good pointer to give you guys so that we're not making any core issues worse. And that's also a good strategy if you're getting up in and out of bed with the baby, holding the baby. It's good to come on your side and then go down into a lying position. So I know that was a quick rundown of what this week, day 1, is going to look like. If you have any questions, text me, email me, and I can give you a call or walk it through a little bit better for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy these exercises. It's a quick core routine. You're only going to do 2 to 3 rounds. But all of these are designed to work that inner core musculature so that we're building up a strong core and keeping our posture good and erect for when we do start running more. So take care.